Hello macrame bracelet lovers and welcome to my YouTube channel. I want to share with you this vintage macrame jewelry of 3 bracelets made of a double spiral with beads and minerals. It's beautiful, isn't it? To make the bracelet you need 6 dark brown wax cord 0.8 x cm filler cord, 1 by 160 cm, 1 by 260 cm working cord for buttonhole and shank button, 2 working threads brown wax cord 0.8 160 cm each, and 2 working threads of white wax cord 0.8 160 cm each. For the first bracelet, I will use vintage style beads to match the clasp of the bracelet. I have already prepared the decoration. Let me show it to you. 5 pine beads made of wood 6 mm, including for both bracelets, 8 crystal white gold bead decorations, 2 red jasper minerals 8 mm, 3 acrylic vintage sketch gold beads, and 2 minerals tiger eye 8 mm. For the second bracelet, I used the rest 3 wooden walnut pine beads from the first bracelet, 6 mm, and 2 beads of turquoise stone with white gold coating 0.6 mm. And for the third bracelet I used 11 glass beads, 4 mm red honey. Actually, the culprit to make this bracelet is this square button from a series of vintage boho paintings. So, we need a shank button and let's get started. I have already placed the shank button in the middle of the 3 filler cords. The buttonholes are small for 9 stitches, so I will have to add them one at a time. I start with the lightest by making a square knot in the middle of the thread on the filler cords, by adding the finished ends to the filler wax cords. Finally, I will add the longest working one. I will work on it now. I will finish by making 2 square knots with the longest working cord. This is the result I got. Doesn't look bad, right? Now I will divide the threads into 2 equal parts and braid 2 cm of the bracelet in the form of a buttonhole. With the longest working cord, I will knit a lark's head knot. The length from the button to the end of the knitted part should be 3.5 centimeters. The entire bracelet with the clasp must be 21 centimeters. Another 2 centimeters, I knit a lark's head knot on the other side and I will finish the hole. I continue to work with the longest working cord and will make 4 square knots. On the braided square knots I put an 8 mm plum blossom bead with a large hole. Let me start making the first bracelet. Separate 2 filler cords, 1 dark brown and 1 brown working cord. Divide the threads into an X as you see in the video. And pay attention to knit the knots color by color. After I've tied 2.5 centimeters double spiral knots, I'll start adding the beads. After adding 9 centimeters beads and minerals along the length of the bracelet, I'll finish it off, just the way I started. I will knit 2.5 centimeters double spiral knots. In the same way, I split 2 strands of filler cords, and for the second bracelet, 1 brown and 1 white working cord, and knit a double spiral knot again. And every 2 centimeters double spiral knot, I will add beads. The length of the second bracelet should be 14 centimeters. And the third bracelet I knit in the same way as the other two. This time I add a glass bead to each knitted 1 centimeter double spiral knot. The length of the entire bracelet is 14 centimeters. It is good to be careful with the lengths of the bracelets, so I will check that they are equal. I finished the bracelet by making the buttonhole. Actually, I'm going to do the same thing I did in the beginning, only from back to front. Now I will make 4 square knots, and knit again with the longest working threads. I finish by placing the 8mm plum bead over the braided knots, and I start to knit 3 cm lark's head knot. Of course, I repeated the same on the other side. I finished my bracelet with 2 lark's head knots. I decided to make sure, just in case. I will also put waterproof glue. I don't want surprises, and the bracelet is worth it. It turned out symmetrical, and that was exactly the goal. And most importantly, to clear the unnecessary threads. If you liked the video, please give me a like and share, and from the bell you can subscribe to my channel.